What's going on, guys? MariK here, back with another Dragon Ball Super video. We're still making our way through the various colors and leaders of the Dragon Ball Super card game, and today we are going to be focusing on my original favorite color in this game that I feel, for the most part, has been heavily underrepresented, and probably the least represented color in the game is green. So today we're going to be looking at the top 5 generic green leaders, and this list is going to be a little because most green leaders are not generic, and most of them, well, as we said, green is definitely not Bandai's favorite color. Number 5! Broly, Surge of Brutality. The OG Broly was not exactly one of my favorite characters, but out of the green leaders, I feel this is a pretty solid one. When you combo, you get to draw a card, which, that's not netting you any card advantage, which is kind of why I don't like this Surge leader. At least with the Cell leader, you get to look at, your top 5. At least with the Goku leader, you get to, draw 2 cards and pitch one. But it's cool, I guess. It lets you get your combo power and then still get to keep your card advantage, but it's just nothing fantastic. The back, the Awakened side, is a little bit better. You get a combo with a battle card in your drop area, and he gains double strike. So, at most, it's a free 10,000 power. It would be great if you could combo with, one of the set 9 super combos, and get to use, the various abilities. But, of course, the one time Bandai actually proofreads anything, it's to make it so that those cards have to be played from the hand. You could, of course, use, the older super combos and at least get the extra draw plus the 10,000 power, but for the most part, you're just getting a power boost and double strike. Or you can KO a battle card ignoring barrier, which that's not terrible. Getting around barrier is nice, but overall, it's not the best green leader, but as far as generic leaders go, it's not the worst. Number 4 is going to be Piccolo, Surge of Consciousness. I mean, Son Gohan too, but nah, this is a Piccolo card, damn it. We needed a good Piccolo leader. We got a good Piccolo leader, and then Bandai went and had to ruin that too. Its original ability lets you look at the top card of your deck, put it back in the top or on the bottom, and then draw a card. And that's at the beginning of the turn. So you would do that, draw your card, and then draw your card for the turn. But then that's all it did. And Bandai errated that so that all you got to do is look at the top card and decide whether you wanted it or you put it on the bottom. Stupid change, because while you're drawing 2 cards, you're really only drawing 1 more card than you would normally, and in that case, how's it any different than when this card attacks, draw a card? It's not. So that errata on Piccolo, absolutely stupid, and that's what took him from being one of the greats to one of the average leaders. Still a solid green leader, though, I think. You get to make your opponent discard 4 cards with its ability, 2 each time. Or you can ramp yourself with 2 blue-green multicolor energies, and, best of all, you get to ignore energy exhaust. So, a little bit of ramp there for your green stuff. So, not bad. I still like this leader. I still think he's pretty solid. You can either go the energy ramp, or you can just, rip cards out of your opponent's hand, play some hand destruction with the leader, and kind of like the deck profile we did a while back ago, and just have fun with it. Still a solid leader, but Bandai's stupid-ass errata is the reason that this card is not number 1 on this list. Number 3! Cell Perfection Surpassed. I know you guys saw this leader in the yellow top 5, but he's got to be here in green too, especially because Cell is green. He's always been a green leader. His support's always green, with the exception of some of this new stuff. But again, for those of you who didn't see that video, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. fantastic ability. You get to pick one. Since it doesn't specify what you have to pick, you don't have to reveal it to your opponents. You can just pick whatever card, and you get to discard a useless card. You're not really netting any card advantage, but you are setting yourself up for better plays. The Awakened side is where the card truly shines. Its second ability, KO a battle card, make your opponent discard a card. You get to choose it at random, but that's really as far as that goes. The true shine of this card is in the ability that says your opponent, until the start of your next main phase, your opponent's battle cards are played in rest mode. That gives you, if you use that ability twice, it gives you 2 solid turns of your opponent not doing shit. I mean, they might play something the first turn, goes to rest mode. If you don't kill it or get rid of it, then they can, attack with it that second turn. But any cards they play, any plays they plan to make, is going to be set back by 2 whole turns, which is extremely significant, and that gives you plenty of time to set up your plays and just give your opponent a good thrashing while they sit back and, they're helpless because they can't attack. They would be stuck on defense and either throwing resources into defending their life or just taking unnecessary damage and potentially risking losing the game altogether. Number 2! Here we have the first non-surge leader. Like I said, Green has some good leaders, but it doesn't have any good generic leaders is kind of the issue here. Though we do have Ferocious Strike Super Saiyan Son Goku from set 10. This is a pretty solid card. You can literally awaken him as soon as one of your battle cards is KO'd, which is pretty substantial because you can just play the 1-cost blockers, or if you really wanted to, you could play like the 1-drop Gohan, attack them with crit damage, and then you're just going to do it again if they don't kill it. So it kind of forces them to decide if they want to take that crit damage or defend against it, or if they just want to kill it and allow you to awaken. The Awaken side's pretty solid too, and I really like this, especially the fact that it's activate main / battle. Once per turn, 2 cards from your life to the drop. You don't get to draw those cards, but you can choose all of your and your opponent's battle cards, ignoring barrier, and place them in the drop. You don't KO them or anything, which makes the ability even better because it's not going to trigger a lot of those abilities. The fact that it's activate battle means they can attack you, and you can just be like, I'm going to throw these cards away, and we're going to throw your cards away. Super solid, super good generic leader. And if you can awaken as early as possible, you could use this ability 3 times in a match, which just clears your opponent's board of everything. And honestly, I feel that's ridiculously solid. The only things that would get around that, of course, being stuff with Indestructible or the new Unison cards, because they're not battle cards, but being able to have that much control over your opponent's board on both your turn and your opponent's turn, that's a really powerful ability. And I kind of wanted to put that at number 1. I really did, because I feel this is a super solid leader. Number 1! Father-Son, Kamehameha, Goku, and Gohan return. Now, this was a leader that I liked it in set 2, but it was really, really gimmicky. With the reboot, it's still kind of gimmicky, but not as stupid gimmicky. So they changed the front side. You choose 1 to 2 cards and add them to your hand, and you can put them back in active mode. So you can awaken yourself pretty early. You can also just get some good card advantage. Now, he doesn't awaken until his life is at 3 or less, so 1 less than normal, but at that point, you can awaken. He's got an activate battle that says, during your turn, choose a card in your life, place it in your drop. He gets 10,000 and triple strike, so 20,000, 25,000 triple strike. And, of course, because he is also Son Goku, if you wanted to add Feet Kamehameha, then it's 35,000 triple strike crit, and that's a lot of damage. Ideally, you get 3 of those really powerful moves, because the 10,000 power in the triple strike is for the turn. So you could do it once, drop yourself to 2 life, then the next turn do it again, drop yourself to 1 life, do the activate main, and swing it for a 3rd time. Super solid, super aggressive leader, and that's why this leader is above the Goku. I feel the Goku might be a little better for generic gameplay, but there's no denying that Gohan is the better leader overall for an experienced player. But that's going to go ahead and wrap up the top 5 for green. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. Let me know, do you think Gohan should have been number 1? Is there a green leader that should have been on our list? Or is there one that is on our list that definitely should not have been on that list? Love to hear your thoughts. With that, we're going to go ahead and get the frig out of here. And we'll see you guys in the next video.